Still keeping our focus on security-related matter. Well, we've got Mr. Odumakin here with us this morning. Thank you for coming on today. Happy New Year to you.
Same to you guys.
Well, first of all, let me understand this. Do you agree that there's really a need for a security, maybe security outfit, agency, or something to ensure that lives and property are protected? Well, if it's not, if it already exists at a national level.
Yes.
But at the state level, we need something.
Yes.
But the approach that the Southwest is adopting now, do you agree with it?
Well, I do not agree. Although I commend the governors that they are not sitting by alley doing nothing. But I don't think what they're doing is the way out. Because what we face in the Southwest and even across the country today is beyond what they're talking about. When you get to a point where a former chief of defense, Minister of Defense, comes out to tell you that what we are facing there is collusion. When a former president tells you that there's an agenda, if I call it Flanation agenda, before I came here, I was just saying here, it was July 12th that the daughter of the leader of Africa was killed. Till date, the police has often honored to say, this was found out. In September 1, in Ibadan, when there was a security summit, I went up to the IG. Mr. IG, the leader of Africa, the daughter of the leader was killed. Up to now, the police has not made any formal briefing to the family. All the suspects have been released. What's going on? Oh, so there's something. Oh, we have taken it to Abuja. This is January. Not one briefing to the family. When you get to a situation where herdsmen are carrying AK-47 around the way children carry bangers at Xmas, and nobody has disarmed them, and the government is now saying that, oh, we want to open up our borders, visa free, coming. And military is saying that, yes, we enforce that for herdsmen across Africa. We are facing a clear and present danger beyond now saying that, oh, it's a informer. It's a shame, to put this mildly, that in a federal republic of Nigeria, this false republic, we are talking of Amotekun at this certain time. We should be talking of state police. We have three tiers of governments in any federation you go to. Like Mr. Mo was saying Abuja just now. You have levels of policing. But this whole idea of keeping a single police structure is anathema.
Yeah, but in the meantime, even if there was talk about state police,
yes,
it still has to go through all the necessary steps, the bureaucracies, before that eventually takes off.
Yes.
What, in the meantime, is there anything wrong in them putting heads together and saying, well, maybe that could be a plan, we don't know yet, with them to move it forward, we don't know yet, but if they come up with this one, because they have to protect lives and property, that's why they were elected in the first place. Shouldn't they have done this, maybe much later, then talk about the question of state police? I
was reading one of the papers today that even at this level of this neighborhood watch kind of what they want to do, I was seeing one of the papers that the governors are being summoned to Abuja today by the presidency, that they don't want this to take off. Only a few days ago, I did that police are saying, oh, yes, we cannot work with untrained people, OPC and the rest of them. And they say, yeah. So who trained Hishba in Kano? Who trained Lafi Adole? I was shocked on 1st of September when there was security summit in Ibadan by the IGP. And at the end of the meeting, a curious communique came out, which our governors are made to read. And I'm not sure that any governor in Yoruba land would draft such a thing. It must have come from the IG team. Where they said that OPC and Militiala should patrol Southwest. And I was like, what's going on here? Militiala is the cause of the problem. Most of the insecurity in Southwest have been traced to members of Militiala. They are not the ones. Of course. Police? The police will not, of course. By victims of so-called those who have blotted them, the professor that was kidnapped in Ife, yeah, but yes, he said it. Now, this and this is not the catch. When you now say that it's the same Meitiala, that's one patrol Southwest.
Well, I don't
what
know.
What does that say?
Remember, there are different groups now of
yes.
Meitiala. So it depends on which of the groups now, because it appears you may be painting all of them with one brush, but we'll have different sections tell us, no, it's not our group that did certain things, but that's besides the point.
Which Meitiala group has condemned killings of people across the country? When people are killing Benue, 73 people one day, did not claim responsibility?
Well, some of them actually...
And you now say that it's those people that go and patrol our zone for security.
Well,
it's a joke.
Even though we have had some of them who have made one or two comments saying, look, they don't support certain things, but beyond that now, when you say that there was someone that the authorities don't want this to take off as a result of certain reasons,
yes.
Is that on good authority? Because if they say this group can't work with that group, is that really tenable as to the reason why they don't want it to take off? Or is it just based on operational basis?
No, it's not on an operational basis. It's about an agenda that will make you vulnerable. You will not be in control of your internal affairs or your security. It's about autonomy. It's about conquest, domination agenda. So clearly, what we're facing today, if you are facing the question of common criminalities here and there, you can be talking about Amotekun. But in the midst of what you are now, I don't think, if you never say that, tell no lies, claim no easy victory. And I think we should not do that to ourselves.
So, Mr. Odumakin, it appears as though state police is miles away from where we stand right now. But we have a security challenge on our hands. You've mentioned a few of them. Nigerians will also tell you some of the security challenges. So there's a gap, obviously. You think Amotekun is not the best way to go about this. What are you suggesting?
Amotekun is an initiative, but I don't think that it answers to look, there are bigger issues.
So what should,
in Lagos, let me tell you, in Lagos today, by design, orchestration, if the Security Council meeting in Lagos today, the governor of Lagos State and the Commissioner of Police will be in minority. In fact, other people can speak, majority can speak in a language they don't understand. It cannot work that way.
So that's what we have now. State police is miles away. What I'm trying to say is, how do we bridge that gap? If you think Amotekun is not the way out, what should we be doing? Because we can't just sit back and say, well, we'll just wait till state police comes into effect. So what should we be doing?
Leaders across the country, governors and the rest of them must demand, as a matter of urgency, that it doesn't take us years to do it. Nigeria must become a properly federated country where we have tiers of police. You cannot just maintain one police in Abuja. It's not done in a normal country like Nigeria.
Was there a Afenifere part of this, this discussion to have Amotekun in place?
No, we're not. We're not. We can even hear even the OPC that are supposed to be part of it. You can see that they won't complaining.
What are the deficiencies of this Amotekun that Afenifere is really, against? What are the deficiencies?
No. It's not. It's just simply that it does not address the issue.
What are the deficiencies? What are the issues it does not address?
The deficiency that this for more conception, this is not more than a kind of a neighborhood watch under the control of the same police. Look, there are fundamental. If you go to the north today, there's something that's called Ishba, Sharia police. Who was that person that authorized and trained them? Was it Nigerian police? That they are now putting all kind of strictures. All that you are saying is about the fact that there is no shortcut about this thing. You can't get out of this bind until I need to get out of it. Looking for just shortcuts.
Okay. Now, what in your opinion do you think is the hindrance against the state police thing? In the background of the fact that, I think it was early last year, the president received that report from the Human Rights Commission that said, okay, you know what, maybe we should consider this. And the police was instructed, or at least advised by the president to go, take a second look at it. Execution. What do you think the hindrance is?
But if you remember what happened that day, the president, in fact, almost approved the whole thing on the spot. Later on, they put out another statement that no, he said he has to go through this, to go through that. That is the problem of Nigeria. We have not built a consensus on the kind of country that we want. There is no federal republic that you go to that you find out what's going on in Nigeria. It's not happen. It does not happen. That you have governors, elected governors, chief security officers who don't have police to enforce their laws, who cannot operate their own police. You want to have to do it from Abuja? It's about control, conquest, and domination.
But then one of the issues a number of people have also raised about this whole state police thing are political interests.
What political interest does not operate where they are operating each man?
That some people believe that the politicians who are in government will take undue advantage.
So it's not politicians who are in Kano and this is where they're doing Ishba.
You know, Mr. You keep referring to Isba. I'm just curious. Are you saying Isba is superior to this Amotekun outfit? Because they can't make arrests. It's still left to the police. They're not meant to carry lethal weapons. Well, they're not meant to make arrests. They're not meant to carry lethal weapons. They only carry non-lethal weapons.
They destroy beers. They destroy people. They do all kind of things.
So the idea, basically, Mr. Odumakin, and I'll say again, they're not meant to arrest. They don't have the powers to effect arrest. They're not just meant to enforce the Sharia laws. They don't carry non-lethal weapons. So when you make reference to that, are you saying that they are superior to Amotekun, and what Amotekun should be is something like Hisba?
What we are saying is that we are not against those who are doing Sharia police doing it. We cannot say that some people do Sharia police, and some people cannot secure their own lives.
But do you have that on good authority that that's why the governors are in Abuja to meet?
That's the point in the papers today, that they have been summoned. They've been summoned to Abuja. It's there. But clearly, even the police have, and this is what I'm saying, that we cannot work with this, we cannot work with that. I mean, it's about people's lives we're talking about.
It's our concluding moments now about this Southwest security outfit, which they're supposed to launch. Wait a minute, it's supposed to be launched on the 7th. Is this the good? Well,
it was meant to be 7th, then
7th or
9th.
9th?
Yeah. 9th.
Okay, so we'll wait and see what happens. But if we do remember, on that particular day, the IGP was there. Yes. And then they said that they were going to have special forces who will be there. So it does appear as though they do have that cooperation already. Are you suggesting that that could have just been what, political comments?
No. Even when it came to Badon, what was system was that even the joint patrols with OPC and Military Alliance Southwest, it's clear in your face. We will not allow you to control internal affairs and make you vulnerable. Because there's no reason why you should bring Military Alliance to go and do security in Southwest. On what basis? It's like I'm inviting armed robbers or neighborhood to go and be your guards.
All right, let's get the views of retired Colonel Abu Adams. He joins us on the line from Korea, I guess. Good morning, and thank you for joining us this morning. Could you give us your impression about what you think of this Southwest security outfit, which is said they're supposed to be launched anytime soon?
Thank you very much for the opportunity to be here this morning. I think the security arrangement for the southwestern part of Nigeria is an ad hoc arrangement that hopefully it will reduce the current tension. I think the idea came about mostly because of the infiltration of the herdsmen into the forest and the increase, particularly in kidnapping and highway attacks here and there. So I think from the security perspective, it will bring a little of succor, but certainly it's not a permanent, it can't be a permanent solution to the current security challenges that we are going through in this country. Because
just saying that it will work.
Are you listening to me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
So you're saying that this will work?
I'm saying it may work, for a short period, but it cannot be a permanent solution for the security challenges that we face as a nation and even as a geopolitical zone in the country. Because if you look at the components, the components, the hunters, the whatever, how are you going to integrate them, into a security architecture permanently that will provide solution? Certainly is not likely to work out. So, but for now, maybe it can solve our problem. I think that is the situation.
All right then, but Colonel, just one more thing. If they were going to integrate them, do you expect them to announce how they will do that?
Do I expect them to
announce how they are going to integrate everybody and make it work?
I think what we should do, I listened to some of my colleagues that spoke earlier. I think what we should do is that we are always looking for fire brigade approach to our security situation. We don't think, we don't plan, we are not strategic. And so, as it is today, we have to build political will. Don't also forget that the citizenry are not even involved in the security challenges of this country. If you look at advanced countries who are overcoming their security challenges, everybody look at their nation as being worth fighting for. We have not developed to that level in this country, and that's why we are having security challenges. Let me tell you, how many Nigerians know what to do when they are faced with particular security challenge? Because there's no appropriate security education, which is a function of government. So much remains to be done fundamentally for us to think we get there where we want to be. That is the situation.
Right then, Retired Colonel Abu Adams, thank you very much indeed for your thoughts this morning. So we'll look to see how this eventually plays out. But do you think that the bigger question should be the state police? But
clearly.
What about the members of the House of Reps? You keep talking about the governors. Do they have any responsibility themselves?
Oh, they do. The members of the National Assembly, they have a role to play in all this.
So has the group, your group, have they met with those members saying, look, this actually, you should be championing some of these?
Oh, clearly. There is hardly anybody that will say representing Southwest today that will say there's no interaction at one level either.
But did they vote for it in the National Assembly when they were going about that amendment at the time?
Ah, well, clearly, when you get to that place, it's a different ballgame.
So, there you go. The eyes have it.
Yes.
Well, thank you for coming on
My
this
pleasure.
morning, Mr. Odumakin.